My question is.
What's your
이게
Hi, I'm Mary, and my question for you is.
Hi, my name is Tara.
So my question is like only one meal for the rest of your life.
I'm considering between Torte and Queer.
Queer? Yes, Queer is very, very
is
nice.
okay.
Hi, my name is Will. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
very James Dean.
Hi, my name is Olivia, and my favorite color is yellow since forever. And my favorite book is one from Mariana Enriquez, an Argentinian writer, that's called Hangover is the Worst.
If you could eat only one meal for the rest of your life, what would that meal be?
Okay, so if I have to choose one meal for the rest of my life, I think I would just choose bread sandwich or something. I don't know. I love bread. That's my answer. My question is.
My question for you is.
Hi, I'm Mary. My question for you is, if you could eat only one meal for the rest of your life, what would that meal be?
Okay, so if I have to choose one meal for the rest of my life, I think I would just choose bread sandwich or something because I can just. I don't know. I love bread. That's my answer. Hi, my name is Stella. If you could choose one clothing item for the rest of your life, what would it be?
The question of the item that I always will wear, I think like right now would be my Demonians boots. Like I'm obsessed with them right now. Hello, my name is Natalia. So my question is like, where will be your favorite place to like go and hang out and have a drink? Bye.
I'm considering between Torte and Queer.
Queer. Yes, Queer is very,
Queer
very
is
nice.
okay.
We both agree that Queer is a very nice listening bar to sit at and chill at.
You need to take your shoes off.
Yes. Hi, Noah, I'm here.
Hi,
And
I'm Paul.
what is your favorite place to eat with a lot of friends?
Oh yeah, that's a tricky one.
My favorite place to eat with my friends is Pagliacci Pizza. Yeah, I guess I've been going there since I was pretty young, and I have a lot of good memories there. So if you're ever in Seattle, check it out. Hi, my name is Will. I'm from Seattle, Washington. My question for you is, what's your favorite piece of clothing and where did you get it?
I think mine is, it was a charity shop find, and it's a leather lambskin coat, and it's black. It's got massive like collar on it that's puffy, and I've never seen anything else like it.
Mine's a very basic Levi's denim jacket I bought from Depop.
Very James Dean. Hi, I'm Shauna from Perth.
Hey, it's Tay from Perth.
Our question I think to ask people is, my one's what's your favourite colour and why?
What's your favorite book?
Yeah.
And my favorite color is yellow, since forever. And my favorite book is one from Mariana Enriquez, an Argentinian writer, that's called Hangover is the Worst. Hi, my name is Olivia. Which is your favorite city in the world? And what is your favorite plan to do?
My favorite city is Berlin because it's very nice. My favorite plan is I want to go to South America for 3 months later this year. Okay, hi, my name is Emma. My question is, what is something that you really like about yourself?